Big up gods and goddesses. This is Indigo Nara. So, you know what's happening? Our fucking gifts and abilities are starting to resurface more than ever. And people, this is no choice of ours. This has to happen. And because a lot of energy is being forced out of us, you find that it's those who are not awakened or choose to ignore and kind of stifle that energy, they're gonna fucking self-destruct. But I'm gonna focus on, spiritual gifts and abilities. So yeah, as I was saying, these gifts are now resurfacing, and it's basically Mother Nature that stepped in, and because of the whole shift and change in consciousness, we're being forced to accept and kind of embrace these abilities as a means of elevating the universal mind. And with these changes in energies and these abilities and gifts that are coming to the forefront, a lot of people are basically not understanding, and it's like confusing, and it's all as a result of us not being able to manipulate, control, and master certain abilities that we have, because everyone has abilities, everyone has spiritual gifts. It's just that now that they're being forced out of us, certain feelings that we're getting is like we can't, it's confusing. And a lot of this energy is actually being manifested into the physical body. So you find that you get anxious, you kind of feel off balance every now and then. Your energy dips, your energy level dips. Sometimes it's really high, sometimes it's really low. So you find that your energy level fluctuates a whole lot. And this is just as a result of being able to embrace these abilities and gifts that are basically resurfacing, and not only being able to master this, but to also control, protect, and guard your energy and spirituality. So I'm gonna touch on why we're so oversensitive when it comes to certain energies and being around certain people and in certain environments, and why this is actually an unrecognized and unnurtured gift. And I'm just gonna give you like a few tips on how we can master this ability and how we can basically protect our energy in the process of mastering it. But being oversensitive just simply means responding to a certain stimuli, and responding in a way that it affects you, whether positive or negative. So the more you raise your frequency is the more that you respond to stimuli, and you become so sensitive towards certain energies. So you find that because of this, you tend to avoid certain situations. You tend to avoid gatherings. You kind of start disconnecting from people, your family, your friends, because the energy is so overwhelming, and you literally feel like sometimes you're being sucked by a vampire. you know, your energy and your life is being sucked by this fucking vampire. And you have the empath who actually experiences a bit more, in that not only are they sensitive towards these energies, but they literally magnetize and draw and pull the emotions and the whole spiritual essence of someone else. And it's funny because if you're an empath, you can probably relate. People tend to be drawn to you. So, you know, you find that you're a good listener, and you not only draw the energy, but you also draw a certain knowledge. And people literally gravitate towards you, because what happens is when they release onto you, they actually feel that burden come off. They actually feel, you know, that light weight. They actually feel re-energized, while you actually pull all of their energy and feel drained. You know, you feel sick. So that's what an empath is. But again, this is a spiritual gift that a lot of us have. And you know, we basically ignore it because we don't understand it. We don't know how to enhance it. And before I go into everything, I just want to kind of shed some light on a lot of stuff that are happening in terms of, you know, these spiritual abilities coming to the forefront. You find that, you know, you basically feeding into people's energies. You find that when you have conversations with certain people, you guys are reflecting each other in terms of thoughts, emotions, feelings. You find that you can see through people so much easier. You know, you're not only seeing the physical, you can basically see what kind of spirit this, you know, a particular person has. You can see the soul. That's if they even have a soul. um you know, you get up and you have insight and certain information about topics and subjects that you had no clue or knowledge about. You find that you're getting more visions, you know, you're getting more synchronicities, more signs. And you know, you have people that are experiencing more lucid dreams, you know, astral traveling. It's just everything is becoming becoming like coming into the forefront. Nothing is hidden anymore. So that same thing that I was talking about, just seeing through people, you're now able to see through people. People can't wear this mask and this veil anymore, because everything is coming to light. And this is all as a result of Mother Nature basically forcing that energy. But yeah, so when you're oversensitive, there are certain traits that you have. One of the traits is um you know, being high in be having that high sense of intuition. And having intuitive thoughts is not like having regular thoughts. Having intuitive thoughts is like, it's like the spiritual language, the foundation of the spiritual language. So a intuitive thought is one that just randomly comes up. You will just be chilling outside, and then all of a sudden it's like you get a vision or this flash across your mind. And you know, you feel like something is gonna happen. You know, you feel like something's gonna happen to a certain person. You feel like you can actually foresee a certain event. And many times this inner voice that speaks to you is, many times we literally shrug it off and not realize that this is literally the foundation of spiritual language. And it's the essence of psychic abilities. And this is something that I have actually researched on so much, because I have visions, you know, I foresee certain things. And you know, it sometimes happens in dreams. Sometimes I'll just sit here and I start feeling weird. I start feeling sick, and I have flashes of stuff happening to certain people, events taking place, and I use it as a protection not only for myself but for others. And it's called gut feeling for a reason, because basically this self power is stemmed from the solar plexus, which is your stomach chakra, just above your um, belly button. And in order to enhance this power and this the intuitive thoughts and to get clarity, and get into that state of mindfulness, you have to balance not only the solar plexus but also your third eye, because your third eye is what connects you to that divine insight, gives you those psychic abilities, um, gives you clairvoyance in terms of intuition and intuitive thoughts. And balancing these chakras, there are certain things that we can do to balance the chakras. I did a video recently about crystals. You place the crystal on whatever chakra you want to balance. For the solar plexus, which is yellow, it normally reflects this yellow color. Um, and pay attention to the colors of the different chakras. If you want to balance it, yellow meaning sunlight. Try and sun gaze a lot. That provides a lot of clarity in terms of intuition and self powers and abilities. Eat the right foods. Again, it's related to your digestive system. For the third eye chakra now, what you can, if you're going to use crystals, you can use like amethyst and clear quartz. As again, though these were all mentioned in the video about crystals. And meditation, I cannot emphasize meditation. Just meditate is like a whole fucking different world. There's so much. Once you master that art of meditating, there's so much that you can get from meditating. Just knowing yourself, knowledge, so the solution to certain questions, the answers to certain questions. There's just so much that you can get through meditating. And I know that a lot of people struggle with meditation, and it's because we're so overstimulated by the environment that we're in. We're so used to the distractions, the noise, the TV, the radio, music. We're just always in that vibe of being overstimulated. So for us to sit down and meditate on and focus on breathing, it's so difficult sometimes. And there are certain techniques that you can use, to overcome this lack of being able to focus. I normally use guided meditation. Guided meditation is really good when I can't focus, because you're basically listening to the words and focusing on the words and also using affirmations. So that's one way of kind of overcoming that struggle with meditation. I find also that when you're meditating, try not to focus on the fact that you're actually meditating. Focus on what result you want, what you want to achieve, you know. Focus on looking within you, and focus on trying to get those colors, especially when you're trying to balance your third eye, which again is improve psychic abilities, improve the whole intuitive language. Focus on the center. When you close your eyes, you focus on the center. And what you find when you focus on the center, which is your third eye, you actually start seeing that indigo color, that bluey purple color. So that's one way of through meditation, of kind of mastering your abilities and these gifts that we have. Another thing, crystals. I spoke about crystals, essential oils. And this is pretty new to me. Essential oils that I use are lavender and what do you call it? It's on the tip of my tongue. Sandalwood. These tend to put you in a state of calmness and, enable you to relax, and that's what you need to get that clearer, picture when it comes to intuitive thoughts. So essential oils again, you can do baths in Epsom salt, and you like put like a few drops of the essential oils. You can even rub it on you, and they do smell really nice. So essential oils is another thing. And when it comes to protecting your energy, people, you have to know when it's just time to remove yourself, from a certain environment. You have to know, and you have to protect that energy that we have around us. It's very important. you know don't let people basically bombard your energy field. Remove yourself from that. um yeah, but in terms of the gifts and the abilities of being oversensitive, it all has to do with psychic abilities, being here to protect. And you find that when we're so sensitive towards energy, we actually find it easy to actually not only know other people's struggles and hardship, but also ours, and we can keep ourselves grounded. It's easier for us to keep ourselves grounded, and you find that we're actually transition and navigate this spiritual journey so much easier than someone else, you know and I don't know if someone has ever said to you, how you move from one diet to another diet, how you find it so easy to just transition. And that's what a lot of people who are oversensitive and even empaths, they find it so easy to navigate and transition along the spiritual journey. And we may not realize it, but a lot of people sit down and it's like they're in awe, like, how the fuck they do this thing so easy, but that's a gift that we have, and we have, again, we have that the psychic abilities, we have, just being here to protect and to teach. But yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about. This video is kind of long. I wanted to also talk about the empath and why the empath is actually a spiritual gift and ability, that's basically gone unnurtured again, and unrecognized. But that's another video. um Peace out. Again, this is Indigo Nara, and continual blessings and love. Big up.